Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal, I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's two ways you can give me your answers. Number one, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number two, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news, what would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you. So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners just like you make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 189, and I am so glad that you are here today because I'm talking about competition. I'm going to share with you some ways that you can deal with competition because I see this all the time, that new business owners start freaking out when they find out that somebody else has the same business or someone else is starting the same type of business, and y'all start panicking and wigging out. And today I'm going to have a little talk with you about it. I'm going to give you 3 ways to deal with it. And this should solve that problem so that you can move on confidently with your fabulous business. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you found this podcast. Each week I provide valuable tips and strategies for starting and building a business doing what you love, whether you are in the idea stage, planning stage, starting stage, growth stage, whichever it is. You are in the right place, and I'm so happy you're here. If you're new, listen up really quick. You need to get plugged in. If you are just starting a business, there is no reason to be doing this all alone. And I want to invite you inside my private Facebook group. It's called Women Starting Businesses Doing What We Love. And yes, it's for women. And whether you're going to have an online store or a brick and mortar, a mobile business, whatever it is, offering a service or a product, it doesn't matter. This group is for you. I created it for you to gather all of you together so that you would have community and you can ask all those what you think are silly questions in the beginning, because after all, it's really hard. I mean, don't you feel kind of isolated sometimes? Who do I ask all these questions to? I need to figure out this or that or how to do this. Anyways, the group was made for you. I started it 3 years ago and it's open and I'm inviting you. All you have to do is scroll down in the show notes right now. So if you're an Apple podcast, let's say, scroll down in the notes, you'll see a link to the private Facebook group. It will take you to Facebook and there's 3 quick questions you need to answer. Once you answer those, I'll get notified and then I will approve you to get in the group, and I can't wait to have you in there. Also, if you're new and you're in the idea stage, I've got a free guide that helps you kind of figure out what type of business you're meant to start. I know a lot of you are confused about that. What are your skills best suited for? So make sure you scroll down to get that guide. And I have a checklist. It's a 16-step checklist if you're starting a business, just everything you need to be doing to get your business started. So make sure you grab all of those party favors if you are new. And I'm so happy you're here. If you have been listening a while, thank you so much to all my loyal listeners. Y'all are wonderful. And you know what? You are loyal. The numbers for this podcast just keep increasing, and that would only happen if you keep listening. And so I'm so glad that you are. And I have a favor to ask. If you have a friend that's starting a business too, Will you share this podcast with them? That would be amazing. Or maybe you're in another Facebook group and people are asking, I'm trying to start a business, or do y'all know any good podcasts? Will you share the She's Just Getting Started podcast with them? That would be amazing. I'm trying to spread the word, of course, because I want to help new business owners like you feel confident in moving forward with this dream of yours. So that is it. Thank you all so much for listening, and on to the episode. Well, hello, everyone. How are you? What is going on with your business? I need the updates. I need to know what is happening. I am loving all the updates that I'm seeing in the private Facebook group. It's so awesome. I love the wins on Wednesdays, for example, because I get to read your wins and get excited with you. And I'm loving all the questions. Y'all have been so active and helpful in the group. And it's just been awesome to watch. And I love getting all the updates, especially too. I love our thankful thoughts on Thursdays that we do every week. I love the stuff that y'all post. It makes me so happy. It warms my heart. So I'm just happy you're here. And I'm really excited about this topic of competition. I think a lot of you freak out about competition. You really do. And in fact, I saw a post in our Facebook group, and that was the impetus for me recording this episode. So thank you to those of you who posted in the group and responded to this post. I'll keep the post anonymous because it is a private group. But someone had said, it's freaking me out. There's somebody that started a business similar to mine. And this happens all the time. I've seen this over the years. It just happens. This is nothing new. This is what happens. But when I saw that post, I thought, it just breaks my heart because I know the feeling. And I know that uneasiness, right? Because you've been so excited about starting your business, and maybe you've had this, what you think is an original idea even, okay? Some of you know that you have competition, right? Some of you don't realize it, and then all of a sudden, similar businesses will pop up, or a business or someone you know will start a business very similar to yours, and it's hard to deal with. I'm not even going to lie. It feels weird. It feels icky. It feels uncomfortable. It feels awkward. Some of you don't know what to do about it. You start second guessing whether you should even be starting your business, or why did you start your business, or the other person's going to do it so much better. People are going to buy from them, or their price is going to be better. And you go into this whole vortex of questioning everything that you're doing. Okay? I want you to stop doing that. First of all, listen to me. There are businesses everywhere. You know this, right? There's businesses all around. You buy from businesses every day, whether it's a Netflix subscription, whether it's gas at the gas station, whether it's a grocery store, whether it's clothes, whether it's paint, whether it's, crafts, whether it's medicine, whatever it is. You're buying from businesses every day, and there is competition pretty much for everything that you buy. I mean, think about it right now. Think about everything that you buy. Think about anything you've bought today. Did you have a choice of where or from whom you bought it from? Think about it. You did, whatever you bought. Okay, whatever you bought today, you had a choice. Like my daughter bought some clothes online today. She had the choice to buy from any clothing stores. We could have gone to the mall. We could have gone to Target or TJ Maxx or wherever. But she bought some online, right? Everybody has a choice, and we have different reasons for our choices. Sometimes it's for convenience. Sometimes we like the brand better. Sometimes we like the owner or the person better, right? Think about it. There's businesses all around you every day. There is competition all around you every day, even in your decision-making every single day. Okay. But I want to talk to you specifically about you and how you deal with it when you find out that someone you know starts the same business as you, which I hope doesn't happen, but it does. Or you find out, oh my gosh, there's someone that's doing it way better than me. Okay, we're going to learn how to cope with this and deal with it. Or when you think, oh no, someone else just started it and their price is lower. Dang it, what am I going to do? Okay, let's talk about this, okay? And I'm going to break this out into 3 ways that you can deal with this. Okay, the first one. Do y'all have any idea what I'm going to say for the first one? Here is a clue. Did you listen to the last 2 weeks' episodes? Did you? Okay. Well, if you haven't, you need to go back to 187 and 188 and listen to those. But the very first action step that I gave for each of these for coping is the same. So for episode 187, 188, and now this one, 189. Guess what the very first coping mechanism is? You guessed it. Accept it. Accept that there is competition around you. Some of you, I think, are in denial because you get so freaked out when you find out someone's got a business like yours and you're freaking out. And I'm like, don't you know you're not the only one? Unless you have a patent and you invented something. But I don't even think I have any clients that have a patent, nor does anyone in our Facebook group. Does anybody have a patent? If you do, I would love it. Post it in the Facebook group. I want to hear if you have a patent. Most of the time, nobody has this, which means that everybody's got competition. I'm a business coach. I have competition. If you make clothing, you have competition. If you make candles, you have competition. If you do dog grooming, you have competition. Everybody has competition. You need to face it. Okay? You know, this is a tough love podcast. So I'm giving you a little tough love here. There are going to be people that do similar things as you. Now, again, you can protect it if you have a patent, or maybe you get a trademark on a name or something for what you offer. But I'm just talking about in general, other people offer a variation of what you offer. So number one, this is your coping mechanism. This is how you're going to deal right away when you feel your body tense up, when you think about that person that started the business like yours, or you think about the business that you've seen like on the side of the road, you drove by it or you saw it online or a friend told you. When you feel that moment of angst and it's like your stomach kind of knots up, I want you to go breathe in, breathe out and say, I've accepted that I'm in business and there's competition. There will be competition. And here's what else you can tell yourself. Reminder, there will probably be another competitor soon. Think about that. If you're freaking out about the competitors that you have today, this is as good as it's going to get. There's going to be another competitor coming. Did you know that? And you're like, great. Now I'm like totally upset. Are you totally upset now? I hope not. There will be another competitor. Okay. So I just want you to just breathe that in. It's like an air. It's like an aroma, like competition. It's here. It's okay. I'm going to survive it. Okay. There are businesses like yours everywhere, most likely, or similar. Okay. And if there's not, let's say you have started something, you're like, in my town, no one does this, and I'm the only one. Hallelujah. You better milk it for all it's worth, because I'll tell you right now, somebody's coming. Somebody's coming. That's a harsh reality. Okay. Somebody is coming. Okay. So accept it today. Whatever level of competition there is, accept it today. Okay. Number 2, this is what I want you to do. This is your second coping mechanism. Okay. When you start getting tense and anxious about competition, you are going to stay focused on using your God-given gifts. God has granted you a certain set of skills, a personality, a way you do things, a sense of humor, all of that. You're going to use those gifts and use your yearning to help people. And you are going to focus on that. You're almost going to put blinders on. Okay. Now, it's not to say that you're not going to be aware of what the competition is doing, but I personally believe that you dwelling on these other people and what they're doing and how they're doing it and what their pricing is and how big it is or small it is or whatever is doing you a disservice. It is distracting you from what you have set out to do. You had a vision. I want you to think back when you wanted to start this business. You saw a gap in the market, or you saw a way of offering something that wasn't available, and you said, I'm the one that's going to do it. Okay? You remember that. Remember that initial gut feeling. I remember when I was starting this business, I'm like, I just want to help these people. I don't know who they have to help them start their businesses, who is giving them sound advice. And it's not all this like bro marketing and all this like heavy, stressful, pressuresome business advice. I wanted to give it my way. Are there people doing exactly what I'm doing? Yes. Are you kidding me? They're all over. But I'm focused on doing it my way, okay? My imperfect way, because the good Lord knows how imperfect I am. And even the people in my programs know how imperfect I am, right? I make spelling errors. I do things wrong. But you know what? I'm helping them move their business forward. And that's what they care about the most, okay? So I'm using my gifts every day and I'm focused on that, right? People tell me they love this podcast and it's totally changed their life and helped them, which I take as the biggest compliment, right? So I focus on showing up as me. When I sit here in my big yellow office chair, I have this velvety, yummy office chair that I sit in every time I record this podcast and every time I'm on a live. It's yellow and it's velvety and I got it on Amazon and I love it. It makes me happy. Yellow is a happy color, right? And I sit here and think, how can I help my people? I'm not thinking when I sit down here, oh my gosh, I wonder what so-and-so is doing on her podcast this week. Oh my gosh, I wonder what the other business coaches out there are talking about. Are they talking about the same topics? Am I talking about a good enough topic? Oh my gosh, am I talking like them? Am I giving them as good as information as the other podcasters and business coaches? I'm not even thinking about that, y'all. That is redonkulous, totally redonkulous. And I am not doing that. I am sitting down focused on you. Did you know that? That I'm focused on you, my new business owners who have a passion, who have a calling, who are scared, who are confused, who just want to make this happen and build their business dream. That's who I'm showing up for in everything that I do. My podcast, all my programs, Grow Getters, my Just Getting Started group. I am focused on you. I'm not focused on my competition. I'm focused on using my gifts, my calling, showing up, doing this, and you have to do the same. If you are over here preoccupied by everyone else, then you are not thinking independently. You are not thinking about your people. You're just thinking about how good you can look or how you can try to mimic or be a little bit different than the competition, which is going to get you nowhere. You need to be concentrating on being you and the gifts that God gave you and that initial inkling calling in your soul that brought you to start this business, okay? Focus on using your gifts. Okay, that's the second coping mechanism. So let's review. What was the first one? Y'all should know this. Accept it. Accept that there's competition. The second one was focus on using your God-given gifts and quit focusing on what everyone else is doing. The third thing is to stay in integrity. That is your third coping mechanism. Stay in a high level of integrity. You don't need to go and try to sneak around and try to find out the scoop and go through a back door and try to get a friend to go spy on them or get a friend to look up their pricing or contact them as a new customer and y'all stop. Everybody stop. You also don't need to lower your price. I know some of you are going to be like, oh no, they're $3 lower than mine. I've got to lower my price because that's the only way I'm going to get business. Do you really think that people are only picking you on price? The only way that matters is if you are trying to be the low-cost leader. You're trying to be a Walmart. If you're trying to be a dollar store or a Walmart, then maybe you do want to compete on price, but the majority of clients that I have are not trying to be the Walmart. Y'all are trying to be reasonable. You are trying to share the value of what you offer so people are excited to pay for it, and they are not putting you in a bucket of direct price comparison because there's no comparison. Do y'all see what I'm saying? I want you to think about that because so many of you are letting yourself fall out of integrity. You are not honoring yourself or your business, or you're starting to do things that are a little bit, what's the word? Not catty, not slimy, but you're kind of doing things that, you shouldn't be doing. You should be focused on your business. You know what it kind of reminds me of? I don't know why I just thought of this. But do y'all remember, like, maybe it's just me, but in your high school days, maybe you were dating somebody or you had a crush on somebody and you heard that maybe someone else liked them or they'd been with someone else. And did you ever have your friends try to go in and spy for you? I had friends do that for me. They went and spied on a boy for me to see who he was with. We used to have people like call on the phone. See, this was before cell phones. This was back in the day. We'd have stuff where they'd like call him on the phone and try to find out stuff or get other people to tell him stuff. Like a roundabout way of being a little nosy, and it really wasn't of the highest integrity. Would you agree? That's just not really high integrity. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Because some of you are doing this with your business. You're like, what can you find out? Should you buy it? Oh my gosh, we need to be sneaky. Sneaky. I guess that's the word, kind of sneaky. You don't need to be doing that. You also don't need to lower your price lower than the value of what you offer. If you sell something and you make it homemade, or you offer a service based on all your years of experience, don't think just because someone else is lowering the price that now you have to kind of come out of your own honor, your own integrity, and lower your price just so you can match somebody else's. What are you talking about? No, your value is more than that. Your product or service, you've already decided what the price was at. And you're sticking with that because you believe in it. You know it gets results. You know it's amazing. A lot went into it, and you deserve to be compensated for what you put into it. I think a lot of you don't feel that. You kind of get on this like mindset that it's just this whole price comparison, and you're not realizing that you deserve to be compensated. Okay? Don't fall out of integrity. Here's another example. So my son is back home this summer and he has his power washing business. And y'all know I talk about this all the time, only because it's super relevant to me, because it's someone who's like scrappy starting their business and he's trying to make a certain amount of money this summer so he can travel around the world some more. He loves it. He wants to like go backpacking, all this stuff. Anyways, my point is he called another power washing company in Houston that was like 45 minutes away and asked if he could shadow them for a day because it was like a big company. And he wanted to see what they do differently than he does for his small business. And I'm like, they let you just come and work for free and like see everything they're doing and work with them? I thought that was a little weird. Like, I didn't know the liability. Like, what if he broke something? Or I don't really know. I don't know if maybe he just did basic stuff. I'll have to ask him. I don't know exactly what he did, if he was actually power washing the house or maybe he just kind of helped them unload and did stuff like that. But he saw all their equipment. He talked to them about how they do it. Talked to him about how they price. He worked with them for an entire day. Like, he came home and I was like, really? They let you do that? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, wow, I'm kind of surprised because you'll have the same exact business. And he was like, Mom, there is a million power washing companies. He goes, I could have 13. I don't know where he came up with 13. He goes, but I could have 13 of my friends start their own power washing businesses right here in our area called the Woodlands, Texas. And I would still have enough business. And I thought, he's exactly right. Because no one can offer it the way he offers it. No one is doing it the way he does it. He's super hands-on. When he gives quotes, for example, he does a video back with the quote. Like, he'll do the quote like over the phone. Like, they'll email him or message him their address, and he looks on Google Earth, and he looks and he can map out the size of their driveway and patio from Google Earth, because he's all about being productive and he's not about going around and giving a million quotes everywhere and driving around. So he does it like that. And then he shoots a video of himself talking about it, going, hey, Mr. blah, blah, blah. This is Grayson. Here's the quote. I noticed your patio, this. And then he'll do maybe even upsells like, oh, we could add on this sidewalk. I can see on here around your pool, blah, blah, blah. And he does all that. And he does it on video, right? And then he talks about going to the University of Texas or traveling to Madrid. Like, he talks to people about all kinds of random stuff. He's super personable. And so that's his way. That's how he keeps business, gets business because it's his way, right? Some people may not want that. They may want a big company that comes with like 4 guys in this humongous truck and they're in and out in 2 hours and it's, drive-through power washing basically because they just come and go and that's it. And that's fine. Each to his own, right? But Grayson's using his gifts of his personality and he loves people and loves to talk to them. And so they're drawn to him. Those certain people that like that will hire him. He is not worried about losing business, even if he said 13 other friends started power washing business. So that should wake you up. That what if 13 other people started businesses like yours? Then it's really going to be important that you leverage your gifts. Think about that for a minute. Like that just hit me as I was saying it. Like if there was 13 other people doing what you're doing, what would be your value? What would be different about you? And I want you to think about that, right? You may now get creative and think, oh, you know what? I could offer it this way, or I could offer something else, or I could do it. It may even spur you to not only leverage you and your personality and your gifts, but also come up with a new way of doing it, which is really cool. It brings about innovation. Competition brings innovation. We know that, okay? But stay in integrity. Remember, your niche, your industry, if it's power washing, if it's candle making, if it's dog grooming, if you're making clothes, whatever it is like a big cake. Think about it like a big, beautiful cake. All of the competition is in the cake. You and all the other businesses in your niche, think about them right now. Like me, I would think about all the business coaches out there, right? And we all get a slice. There's enough for everybody. Everybody gets a slice. So remember that. You get a slice. No matter what. So you don't have to stress about this. Stay in integrity. You're getting a slice. Everybody chill. You're getting a slice. You're not going to not get a slice. The minute you take your eyes off the ball is when things start going bad. So let's go through, again, your 3 coping mechanisms for when you start stressing out and get a knot in your stomach and you start losing sleep and you're all worried about competition. Number 1, accept it. There will be competition. And remember, there'll be another competitor soon. How does that make you feel? You have to accept it. This is part of business. Number 2, focus on using your God-given gifts. That's it. Focus on that. Use your gifts that you know you have and go forward with that calling that you know you have to start this business, this gap in the market that you saw. And number 3, stay in integrity. There's enough cake for everybody. Everybody's getting a slice. You don't have to worry. You don't have to be slimy. You don't have to be sneaky. You don't have to lower your price. You be you and you stay in integrity. Okay? Okay, so y'all remember that. Now, I want to invite you to today, if you are listening and you are in the starting stage of your business, did you know I have a group program called the Just Getting Started Group? It was made for you. I have all the steps. I go up all the training for turning your idea into a business. We go through every single piece. There's 7 big pillars that you need to go through to start your business and everything you need to establish when it comes to your branding and everything and getting your website up and all that good stuff. I have it in there for you. I do live Q&A calls each month. So I want to invite you right now. If this is you're in the starting stage of a product or service business and you're going to get online somehow, maybe you want to have a website, maybe you're going to be selling locally too, but you're going to be on social media and everything. I encourage you to check out the Just Getting Started group today. It will save you so much time. I have everything laid out for you, all your plans for getting your business going. And we have a great group of ladies in there. We have a private Facebook group and I can help you anytime. So make sure you check that out. And then also if you have your business open already, make sure you check out Grow Getters because I do open it periodically. And at the time of recording this, I will be opening it soon. And I don't want you to miss out on this chance to get your business to consistent sales. So many new business owners think that if they just open and they tell everybody they're open, their business is just selling, like everything's selling. And it's not the case for the majority of new business owners that I meet. They realize that they're going to have to do something to generate consistent sales. And that's what I teach in Grow Getters. So anyways, make sure you check those out. All the links are down below in the show notes. And that's it. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.